afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from me, your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your only sanctioned source of comedy to entertainment in these spectacular times. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Rechnaya Pereprava. In these, it is VonAsten fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, the glorious comrade Stalin, and of course the motherland. Can't forget that. Taking on the role here of the 20th Tank Corps with Urban Defense, Guard Rifle, and Shock Rifle, with double infantry man, but most invested is Koniux, fighting here for the Germans, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the, let's just go with 1st Panzer Division here, featuring defensive doctrine. We got Ostrom, we got defensive fortifications, Stu 3Es, Pack 43s, and sector artillery with infantry, Ostwind, for suppression there by the way, and infantry bullets there. Double Arsenal moving forward 2 there for Koniux, double counter there for VonAsten, moving towards the center, laying down sandbags rapidly, moving south for the east there as well. They note the way it's sort of set up so you can quickly move from this point to the next point there. Neat little way there, shall I say, slightly optimizing your camping order, then of course remember to quickly get them moving. Up north here, comes moving ahead here for VonAsten, center secure there with the sandbags there. We got Koniux launching both Ostrom squads into the south, into the village there to head to the fuel point there, putting pressure on VonAsten. I'm sure VonAsten handles that. Meanwhile, the MB4 to the Pioneers sitting northwards for the fuel point there. So pretty well played by Koniux and the Germans. We get Ostrom versus Koniux up close here. Going to be a bit of a close one there. So with the second Ostrom squad arriving here, that is, I think, going to be Koniux's one here versus VonAsten. Not the greatest start there for VonAsten. And as always, please remember to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and press the bell button. Would make me quite happy. Whilst I'm for Koniux. And of course, big thanks to my Patreon supporters, without which this episode and some others would not have been possible. You can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or, just donating. Anyways, back to the action. Sorry for the disruption, but, gotta get those things out. Ostrom as the engineers here. Koniux versus Ostrom in the center. This time they've been exposed here. Bit of a mistake to pass for Koniux. Something that VonAsten can punish quite definitely, though. Still going to take some losses here in the south. Engineers fight versus the Ostrom. Sadly, it's not quite working out. We got the second Ostrom squad now moving in here. Can the conscripts get into position versus the Ostrom fast in time, or will the Ostrom actually win that one? More country there for VonAsten. South Engineers about to lose out to the Ostrom, down to just one man. 4th Ostrom there is actually pretty heavy on Ostrom there by Koniux. Typically, you don't see a Wehrmacht plague of that many lately, but it can still happen. In this case, Koniux is clearly a believer in it. And there you go, MG4 there catching the conscripts with support from the machine gun bunker there as well. Does highlight a slight pet peeve I have with some of the maps here, where effectively machine gun nests and bunkers will not connect to cover points right next to the base, which you find is not great map design. It can actually create some slightly awkward situations, I think some slightly less than great gameplay moments. So kind of wish they'd be more cautious about these things, because you should be able to have your own points covered that easily. That's not, I think, particularly great. And this comes with the Ostrom here. Troops getting ready here for another push. For VonAsten, a lot of pressure as Koniux launches assault after assault here with the Ostrom, using them as aggressive as possible. But again, in the very few first moments of the game, it's where they really excel in using their larger numbers, and just speed there to sort of do that is actually, of course, quite potent. So right now, VonAsten's a lot of pressure as he's found himself under assault here by Koniux. Up north, Pioneers also moving in. There comes falling back here for VonAsten troops and suppress everything. 42 good aggressive MB4 troop played there by Koniux. Thumbs up. As the Wehrmacht, you only want to use your machine gun actively versus your opponent. You don't want just park it in one place and forget about it. It tends to be a bit detrimental for your future chances. The Koniux force cannot consider upgrading the Pioneers, but also laying down mines right, that'll be quite potent. And no, good lord, he is going for 5 Ostrom. Koniux is all in on the Ostrom. 5 squads of Ostrom. That is a heavy infantry surge here, combing the rear lines to mount a vicious assault here in the Soviets. Koniux and the 1st Panzer Division shows no mercy. Comes in from the north here for VonAsten. So VonAsten's certainly going to be in for a challenge here. He has gone for Guard Rifle Doctrine, and we were probably seeing the Guards Rifle Infantry, since Guards Rifle Infantry with the DP light machine guns can pressure the Ostrom, plus deal within light vehicles. But either way though, Koniux is really going in viciously here. Still no mines here for Koniux, if you should consider that. Of course, VonAsten could consider it, but right now the priority, I think, should be, those Guards from the DP light machine guns, because the Ostrom do scale quite poorly once the game sort of switch into the late game, but also versus elite infantry like the Guards Rifle Infantry with the DPs. The Ostrom tend not to perform particularly well, so even getting 2 squads out of this could be quite great. And there you go, Guard and Ostrom white pick. Koniux perhaps getting a bit too confident here versus his socialist opponent. Starts to perhaps downplay the possibility of things going wrong, and that did cost him then Ostrom score. Still, he's got a good chunk of the map. He has getting a few lead here over. VonAsten is in fact going for the car point here, but this time Consort blocking it off here. Back here, tech on the way for Koniux. And the German army will go for another awesome squad. It's going to decide, you know, that's enough. We got sandbags up here. We got partners being caught up with the conscript. So really mines here from Koniux. Still 9 to that. VonAsten is yet to take up. But again, he's been under so much pressure. He hasn't even been able to like, build the field infirmary upgraded. Great from there. Go Guardsmen catching the Ostrom here, laying down sandbags. They're easy targets of the Guardsmen, who show no mercy there with the DP light machines laying down a harrowing volley of fire there. They leave 2 Ostrom dead in the dirt. We got more swimming, but still the Guardsmen are going to be a significant threat. But there you go. Machine gun on the flank, though, proves to be a problem, but gets flanked with the Guardsmen. Koniux, they're holding away, but over there, negative cover, they're easy targets of the Guardsmen, who prove to be a formidable force that Koniux cannot take lightly at all. You need to nearby guard taking loss here from the Ostrom there, though. Like cover gives them, of course, the accuracy bonus, so they can actually hit something. Now 2 squads. So the Guardsmen on their own are a bit exposed out in the open with no cover themselves. Got flame fleets moving up here finally. Ostrom down to just 3 men, but there's still another 5 there. 5 kills on the Guardsmen. Engineers being focused down, but it does buy time for the Guards to get some more damage in on them. MD42 setting up here, constantly back from the north. Back here, troops reinforcing. Finally got the field infirmary on the way there for VonAsten. Ostrom being bled out. The Guardsmen are fighting heroically there against the Soviet numbers. Comes there trying to flank, but they are suppressed by the MD42 and they're getting flanked with the Ostrom there in the ditch. It's not great. And Guardsman dropping a DP light machine gun. Not great. He's doubling back to grab the DP light machine with bad news for him if Koniux got his hands on it. And there you go. Down to 2 men, forced to retreat. But there you go. Out of cover, the Ostrom cannot hit anything. Phew, that was quite intense there. Back here, troop reinforcing healing for VonAsten. We'll have to see if it goes for next. Meanwhile, Koniux here is getting Panzer Grenadiers. That's a very good thing since, again, Ostrom don't scale as well. Panzer Grenadiers scale very well, and they also perform a lot better versus the Guardsmen if they can get close enough. VonAsten is starting to try and outmaneuver Koniux a bit more. That I think is a very good maneuver there. Koniux, I think, should be a bit too careful about keeping the machine running for too long. It makes it a bit too predictable where it is, meaning VonAsten has more time to like figure out how he wants to deal with it, and then can deal with it in a much safer manner, which could result in Koniux not being able to salvage the course of this is. At the same time, it is a really large pain in the ass for VonAsten, so I mean, I do also get the logic of it, but it's kind of risky here for Koniux. It is quite risky. Troops sitting out again, then Guardsmen moving out there as well. Machine gun routed finally. Ostrom was the flamethrower unit assault, confidently overrun by Pioneers. Quickly getting to the cover, the Ostrom will lose out to that. Going for the Ostrom, and Koniux, I think, is, yeah, he's rushing straight for Tier 3. He doesn't even bother with like to make a nice company. He's just confident he's so far ahead in VonAsten in terms of pressure that he can actually get away with rushing Tier 3. Very rare sight, but certainly shows again what a well-handled Ostrom play can actually do, and again why it is in some ways so dangerous and popular with certain players, because again you can just hit the field so much more aggressively, negating the Wehrmacht's otherwise, I would say, sluggish Tier 1, which is typically one of the Wehrmacht's greater weaknesses. You just usually otherwise behind the opponents. But with the Ostrom, you're basically just sidestep that. And sure, again, like they scale terribly, but again with Pentagonist and just fast armor, you can that way sidestep that poorer scaling. So, strong play there. Go bun grenade and the Guardsmen there. They do successfully escape, but Koniux here is still swinging hard. He is not slowing down here. Up north point the mixes for the Pioneers. VonAsten's almost got the fuel point back under his control. Medic bunker up. And Koniux next to soon begin building the support core. Could actually rush on Ostrom here versus VonAsten, which I think at the current stage would be incredibly powerful. And VonAsten doesn't even like the support company up. All he has is a pair of Guardsmen with anti-tank rifles to try and stop an Austrian flak panzer. In particular one with suppressive firepower. So that may not quite go particularly well for VonAsten. He could, of course, also just begin rushing out Stugis. I mean, that would also, I think, be a challenge here for VonAsten. It's like not the most impressive thing. Get a pair of them out. And VonAsten might have a hard time, but honestly, I think you should just go for an Ostrom here. Koniux team with the attack here with men depleted. Wounded. Blew up one of his own men with the bun grenade. That is less impressive. Not the greatest move here. VonAsten trying to put more pressure on the flank. He needs to take the fuel point. He needs to slow down Koniux. Southern fuel point being threatened here by the Ostrom. Since they almost got the victory point, you just move on. Finally got to take their support company up for VonAsten. Probably going to go for the field gun first. I mean, he could try and rush ahead for some armor, but he might leave himself too vulnerable in the process to, say, a fast piece of armor there from Koniux, and there goes support armor cut up, and again, he can go for the Ostwind right away, he can go for a Panzer Force shortly after. In these situations, I would personally just rush out the Ostwind. They probably would also, somehow to pack forward, maybe down, or at least lay down some telemark before doing that, but with the sort of current reduced advantage Koniux has, Ostwind rushing out I think would be quite potent. North here comes to there laying down tripwire flare mines. Very good there. Cheeky, but effective. Continuing from the north, comes to there engaging. We got 8 kills on them, close to eventually 2. Being dealt with the Panzer wing up on the flank. Could see a bomb grenade pops up against them, I think. They could also, I think, try and get a bit closer into the better, more effective ranges there. Looks like Koniux is in fact going here for the Panzer IV, not the Ostwind. I would say slightly missed opportunity, not the end of the world. Up north, he constantly being swarmed by Koniux troops, but they are a bit depleted there. Tank groups aren't there for VonAsten. I mean, he could try and go for a T-7, I think that'd be a death sentence. Mission 6 might be the better choice in that sense, though I still think a field gun's going to be the better pick ultimately. And if you get K1, so I think he'd be in a pretty solid position versus Koniux if he can get out in time. Of course, it's going to be the big one there. And there you go, Panzer IV on the way for Koniux. Most of his forces though are rather worn out. Needs to reinforce a lot. Troops are reinforcing, healing. VonAsten's also being held back here from the field gun due to all the reinforcements he has to pop out there. The casualties piling on. Up here, Port Squad. There you go. Conscripts hoorahing, charging at the Ostwind. The heavy cover. A small fortification, but one that will not last in the face of socialism. And there you go, being swarmed by the Ostwind. We got a flare man going for the Ostwind, further, causing casualties there. Nice push by VonAsten. Routed with these. In the south here, bomb grenade off. Panzer Squad almost wiped out. Need to retreat those. Schnell. There you go. Panzer almost ready. And VonAsten currently doesn't even have a field gun ready, so. While he can go for the Panzer Force of the field gun soon, the Panzer IV will still have some time to do some nasty damage here to VonAsten. And there go grenade off, firing the Ostwind. Doesn't even have an anti-tank grenade, so like all he has are a pair of anti-tank rifles until that field gun hits. This could get a bit uncomfortable for VonAsten. And there you go, got the Pioneers. That on hand hurts Koniux. In this case, you can quickly replace the losses. Has he been laying down any mines? Well, there's some termites that haven't been finished here for Koniux, but that's about it. Panzer IV rolling hit, Pilgrim machine on the way there, charging forwards for the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Going straight for the counter here by the western victory point. Going to open up there with the center of the gun, shoots and misses. Pioneers ready here for Koniux and the 1st Panzer Division. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing, and there we go. This 3 divisional field gun on the way there for VonAsten. Going up in the Panzer IV. Good hit there. Flamethrower units backed up at the gun. Can get the Ostwind in the south. Panzer IV almost down to half of the does avoid the second shot there. Lucky for Koniux. Bit sad there for VonAsten. And we got into tank range ready for VonAsten. We got S1 on it from Koniux to make it hard to sneak about here and go for the cutoff point. Nice move there, but Koniux filling about 94-2. Kills Ludwig the gunner. Jürgen, the second gunner, then moves in to take over. In south, he got being pushed up thanks to the bomb grenade. Panzer quickly kicking in the door and overtaking the house there. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing. Better maneuvering here. Nothing further going then for National Space. Will he be going for the Issue 6? Maybe just as a response to the Panzer IV. Will he actually try and go for the key one? It's going to be a bit challenging for him, but I suppose not impossible. But it is going to be challenging. It's going to be tough. In particular, since Koniux can just add more armor in the meanwhile. I mean, I still think he should rush for an Ostwind. I think they've been putting VonAsten in a much tighter spot. And of course, might be that Koniux overall is uncertain as to where VonAsten actually is tech-wise, which is why I didn't go for it. But I'd say with the lead he had, I think it was reasonably safe to go for the Ostwind. He could have caused up with the Ostwind now, which is still going to be quite helpful. Heavy casualty by the Southern Fuel upon the just bodies all over the place, men dying in the dirt, the muck. Control damage being wiped out here. In the end, Koniux held. And there you go, Austrian flak punch away for Koniux and the German army. About, I think, less than 100 of the Austrians were actually made. Generally, though, anti-aircraft tanks were never really that common or produced in large numbers. Like Germans, you know, the most produced one, I think, was the, you know, flak Panzer 83T, based off the, you know, Czechoslovakian Panzer 80, and those were, I think, only produced like under 200. And I think even the Allied side anti-aircraft tanks were like never that big a number. Most anti-aircraft units, you know, for the self-propelled one, vehicles or trains in some cases, like with the Germans, they had actually like entire trains equipped with anti-aircraft guns. So little fun note there. There you go, flak punch out there for Koniux. Generally, though, Division never had like that many anti-aircraft tanks attached to it anyways. They're most like a company or something like that. Maybe a battalion, but really not that much. Most of the anti-aircraft would have been, again, truck-based, half-track based, additionally more static. But there you go, machine gun fire ascending, could pop into the arm piercing round here to help deal with the field gun, maybe, but no. Isn't a fine fact immediately. Panther fighting southward sea, actually the Ostwind. Though he's taking the ultra base off the Pantherfold chassis. So you could argue I'm kinda correct, though obviously not quite. Guys, they're routed in the center here. VonAsten remains in the defensive. The flak punch around one flank, the Panther on the other flank is not a harbinger of easy times here for VonAsten and the Red Army. But there you go, we got the flak punch on the flank. Direct hit for the field gun. Quick suppressing troops to the thanks to the bulletin there. Panther flanking the conscripts. Guardian sitting out there. Charging at the Panther for the conscripts, got the pioneers nearby, and we're going to see an anti-tank in the Panzer damaging the engine. Shot fired, missed. Punch of the engineers to the conscripts. Close to the east of the Panzer Grenadier. There you go. Get Baldeladner. Forcing a retreat there. Need to fix up the Panther for Koniux. VonAsten, I think yes, reasons and outcomes to take up, definitely should. I mean, the faster we can push up medium army versus Koniux, the better, because he needs some way of drawing away for attention from his infantry to say, I would say, diminish the bleeding. Otherwise, he's definitely not getting out any tanks. So I think he needs that, in particular versus an opponent with 2 tanks, when that way, you know, again, absorb damage to the infantry. And again, that way, allows us to just, you know, get more tanks in. So there we go, mechanized armor company weather for VonAsten and the 20th Tank Corps. That would be the KV-1 heavy tank, most likely on the way he's got the fuel, he just needs the manpower. And the K1's going to be challenged there for Koniux, so there's no anti-tank guns. He's only got 1 Panther. The Panther typically does not have a great matchup as the K1, due to the K1 being very much tougher, due to the armor and the little damage reduction bonus it gets. So in those situations, the K1 will typically beat the Panther in most situations. Plus, he's only got an Ostwind, so it's not like he just got numbers as the K1 tank there. Of course, he could consider stuff like a pack for the Stugen responsive to the KV-1 tank. We'll have to, of course, see what he does there. Needs to be careful with the guard while the Ostwind is quite good at knocking down buildings due to its high rate of fire. And there you go, building collapses. A couple of guards went dead as they escape through the back door, only to find the entire thing collapse on them. KV-1 tank on the way for VonAsten and the Red Army there. Got Ostwind to the rescue. Grenade here on the Ostwind up north. Other squad that could also risk being wiped out. There you go. Got to wipe that damage into the Ostwind. Can almost take it out here with the Guardsman as well. He's firing on the counter on the Guardsman here. We've got air support in the center as well there. And the Ostwind's about to go down. Huge blow there to Koniux. If so, and there you go. Down it goes up north. The field and cleared up with the Panzer as the Ostwind being hit here by the 3rd Air Force. Well, that was brutal on Ostwind. And the Ostwind squad lost. It's going to be harder here for Koniux to replace. Definitely him getting a bit overconfident with VonAsten delivering a stinging backhand blow here that leaves the ears of Koniux ringing. Field gun there being hauled away. Ostwind still pinned down, can't do much there, but there you go, slowly being unsuppressed. But even then, another turn here from the 3rd Air Force, and the Sturmovix will pin them down again. So yeah, Koniux going to move nowhere except back to the base. There we go, K1 heavy tank out. Thanks for watching over here in the South Expanding Seas. Got 443 to 5. Destroying a mine there. Before pushing ahead, coming in there. K1 setting out there for VonAsten. Awesome, they could be in trouble. Oh, did the terminal fire didn't finish? That could be a problem there for K1. Awesome, get wiped out if they're not careful. There you go, forced away. Pioneers being heavily hit here by the 3rd Air Force. routed once more. K1 advancing, but could hit the Telemine, could hit the Telemine. There you go, the Telemine goes off, leaving the K1 heavy tank heavily damaged here, slowing down any momentum VonAsten just gained from the K1. I mean, here for Koniux has more time to like just counter attack and do what he wants to, so not a great deal with it for VonAsten. He'd finally gotten a heavy tank out in the field, only for it to hit a mine. Get stuck. So that's pretty great there for Koniux. That is pretty great, and certainly shows the power of mines in the right place. Need to retreat the machine gun before it gets annihilated, but the field, I'm surprised he's not doing that. And we got sector artillery here. That, though, definitely could be called in sooner. Can actually, I think, done more damage to the K1 there. Maybe some of the troops nearby. Been oversight there, I think, by Koniux, but oh well. Going for the K1 with the Panzer 4 here. Second Panzer 4, we got Panzer there going in here. Field gun needs to get away there. And note these are ace Panzers, going to do a lot of damage. That field gun crew is not going to make it back home for Borscht. Up north here, though, Panzer going for the K1. K1 there. Low on health. There we go. The Panzer taking hits here from the artillery of the sector artillery. Pushing them back here. Field gun cleared out. In the far south, we got 2 units up behind VonAsten's line to go for the fuel pump. There's some deep harassment there by Koniux. Thumbs up there to Koniux. Trying to save the field gun here, but Koniux is having none of it. None of it whatsoever. There you go, Panzer 4. Or field gun destroyed, not the Panzer 4. Let's go, bang grenade on the guardsman. 33 kills here on the Panzer gun dealer. 34. And could quickly become 35. There you go. Going for the carve point, and VonAsten's now been cut off from all his resource. Fixing up the K1 here. He is in a pretty precarious position here versus Koniux, who has a significantly larger force. But again, a significant part of that significantly larger force is Osthofen. Still, he has more, and more importantly, he also has more tanks. So that's it. 2 Panzers and K1 is not entirely unfavored there for VonAsten. He's going for field gun to back it up. That's definitely good. K1 heading southwards. Awesome ground on the fuel pond there. Heading westwards there in the north. Worth noting, he has actually yet to upgrade his conscripts with anything. No submachine guns or mobilized reserves. Bit stand out there. 5 kills on the K1. Machine gun holding up here for VonAsten center. The machine gun certainly proving to be quite handy here for Koniux several times. Austin on the south being pushed back by the K1 heavy tank. 9 kills. Up north, VonAsten's sneak attempt there to harass is continuing with no immediate response here by Koniux. It's 2 folks in the center here. Hand focusing the K1 there. OD exposed to the rear bar at the same time. Quick salvage there. And 1-on-1. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, he's going to get punished. The anti-tank grenade off from the Panzer 4. Damage engine. And no immediate support here from other of Koniux's forces. K1 going to destroy the Panzer 4 here unless he gets very lucky. Which, I mean, could happen. Could happen. Other Panzer 4 is slowly reacting there. Go K1. Almost got the Panzer 4 knocked out here. And it is almost at full health itself. Shot missed though. Bad luck there. Close 52. K1 being flanked here by the Panzer Kampf 54. Another shot misses. Penetrating hit there, but also on the Panzer 4. K1 down to half health. But it is also half a to SNT2. Pushed off the north side here, one can use for VonAsten to repair his armor. Very good there. What is Koniux planning? Tier 4. Yeah. He's not upgrading the Austin with light machines, what you'd figure he'd do there once he got them up. Got tier 4 there going. Guess he doesn't want that, or doesn't believe in it, or he just forgot about it. Guess we'll be seeing something out of the heavy Panzer Corps. The question, of course, is will it be a Panther or Sturmpanzer? And of course, he needs to build in the first place. Awesome amount of heavy fire there. K1 landing some great hits to 11 kills now. Going for the carve point. Good harassment there by Koniux, disrupting VonAsten's fuel flow once more. Awesome there. Push back. Need to get the carve point back. In fact, a lot of things that VonAsten really needs to do here versus Koniux. K1 moving in here. Close to SNT2, very close, and there you go. Field one by the MB42. Machine gun routed. Fighting north here, comes with the punch guns there. 36 kills. Quick grenade in the Osttruppen. Koniux doesn't retreat in time. Could we see a wipe here? And Paddington caught repairing the Panther 4 here by the Coh front. K1 there, dealing with the troops behind the line, going for the Coh front back, reclaiming it for the German army. Still heavy Panther here for Koniux. Panther 4 almost fixed up. Got 423 to 226. Certainly a significant lead here for Koniux over VonAsten. K1 there, Veteran 2, increased rate of fire. Increased it, I believe, by 30%. Another K1 there for VonAsten, fixing up the first one here. They actually had a slightly faster version. The K1 was the K1S, but which also had less armor. And they basically stopped doing that one because it was basically just making a more expensive T-3476. At which point it might as well just build the T-3476. But they did for a brief time also have the K1S. So fun fact, the engineers taking lots from the Panther 4. K1 number 2 almost done. Guys, they need to be, I think, careful. They're being hit by a lot of Osttruppen there, plus the M4 there. K1 gets a great hit. Still no upgrades here for Koniux's Osttruppen. Still nothing. 16 kills there on the K1. Heading northwards again. VonAsten is unrelenting, and there goes second K1 almost done. Good hit here. Heavy Panther core built there for Koniux. Let's see it be looking like a Panther here. Looking very much like a Panther, but it could, I mean, you know, be something like T-34 or not T-34, but you know, Sturm Panzers or Panther Wehrfahrt. We'll have to see. There we go, the Panther on the way. Got mines here from VonAsten to cut up the flanks. Very good. 20 kills on the K1. Further north, you got Panzer going for the conscript, forcing retreat there. Very good. Panther halfway done there. K1 sending up. We got Osttruppen moving in for the point there. Shot fired. 2 Osttruppen dead as they encounter the might here of Soviet armor, and then got Panther 4 flanking. K1 gets a good hit there. Veterans 1 gain. Panther almost done. K1's going in for the Panther 4. Oh, S1's go off, setting in the Osttruppen there to an early grave. Bit of a wipe there on Koniux. Great for VonAsten though. Continue to fire from the K1 there. Go Panther moving heading to line of fire. The K1 on the field gun. Good hit there from the field gun. K1 misses in the south. The Osttruppen was the engineers guards moving up as well. Machine sitting up in front of the K1. Panther getting ready to in the south. The Osttruppen routed. Intense and fierce fighting there. Go another unit wipe. In this case, the machine gun gets annihilated. Bad call here by Koniux. Great for VonAsten though. Need to cover that K1's position bar. That's going to have a hard time getting out the needs. And there you go. Panther 4 moving ahead here. K1 rushing down southwards here. Panther 4 back in the base for waiting repairs. K1 trying to get away there, but can't easily. It's right next to the victory point. The victory point's basically just blocked pathing through them. So it's trying to get past here, but as you can see, it's just swirling around here. And so there's no easy way out, and instead it's going to get destroyed here. That's going to feel pretty frustrating there for VonAsten. I know I'd be quite upset about that particular pathing screw up. Bunkering into the field gun from the ace Panzers that have retreated though. Just the fighting continues. The casualties pile up. As men are dying and screaming in the mud. Panther 4 left. His other one. Panther 4's will need repairs. VonAsten does need to place his armored losses, but he's definitely, I think, starting to slowly maybe edge ahead here with Koniux in some ways. K1 by the way is slowly approaching the ace level. K1 moving about here, pulling back again. North Panther 4 hanging back. Awesome sneaking about. At this point, Koniux probably should have gone for some more Panther guns. There's better support for his infantry. Field gun number 2 ready here for VonAsten. Mines up here. Very good. Awesome machine flying for the K1 there. Go 28 kills. 29. Koniux is trying to make any headway against VonAsten here. He may also want to consider mortar. You could like backtake for that to lay down some smoke screen to cover his attacks. I think that'd be pretty great there for Koniux. VonAsten could theoretically soon go for another K1. Though of course, after he goes for it, we got Conscripts field coming westwards here to engage the Germans. There we go. Panther in fact down to half health. Panther may take a hit. There we go. Penetrating hit through the Panther's 80mm of sloped frontal armor. In the south, another attempt push through here. It's not quite working out. We got conscripts there. This is conscripts banging up in the guardsmen. 33 kills from the K1. Panther is routed. Very close to the ace level in the K1. Very close. Panther from the K1 failed to penetrate in the first place. Pioneers getting shot at quite a bit, taking camps on the approach as well there. Koniux attack there did not gain much ground at all. And there you go, more engineers ready here for VonAsten. Or something else is ready anyways. Oh, it's a machine gun actually. For some reason my ears heard engineers. Not entirely sure why though. 34 kills there on the K1 heavy tank. Almost ace level. There you go, another push here, another search for the Ost and the Panthers, but Koniux infantry has gone from being quite numerically dominant to just being barely enough. And in fact, it may not be enough. There you go, Panther hitting it from the field gun. K1 shoots bounces. Getting marked here as well. Button up, actually making it to the field turn around here. Bit of a mistake there by Koniux without sufficient support. Going to get knocked out. Panther wing from the north here. White there on VonAsten's troops, who still has plenty. And there you go, Panther downing just 2 Panther forces. Now both actually 2, but there's all the armor here that VonAsten may not be enough. There you go, damaging hits a mine, and the Panther 4 is down. Even just Koniux now with 1 Panther 4. KB1 here, ace level going for the Panther 4. Damage engine. There we go, Panther 4 down with this. I think Koniux is very much dead in the water here. VonAsten's very much broken him. Like cheap porcelain. There you go, Panther's wiped out. With that, he's just done 2 Ostrom, 2 Pioneers. At which point he stands no chance against the simple might here of VonAsten. So there you go, GG, game over. A glorious win for the Red Army, a less than glorious win, a loss here for the Germans. A brutal fight here with a lot of infantry, some great plays from both sides. But in the end, Koniux force companies I think had some issues, and they also made I think some slightly less than well calculated assault, which proved to be great there for VonAsten to deal with. But certainly I think it highlights just what you can do with some aggressive played Ostrom. VonAsten I think they managed to mitigate it quite nice and slowly turn the game around. Though certainly Koniux I didn't think helped. You know, A, by not rushing the Ostrom up, but also not going for enough Pentagon leads as the game went on. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family. Don't tell enemies. This is Pearl saying cheers and thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.